What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another beautiful day out here in Tucson, Arizona. As you can tell in the background, we are back at the shop. We are back at where the Civic is. And as always, my brother's here early and he was here all day yesterday. What you can't see behind him is something that totally surprised me when I showed up. Didn't even realize it, and he had the garage open for about 2 minutes. I still didn't even notice. But, bro, you want to show him? Look at that, guys. The engine is in. I was here yesterday and it was sitting right there, and I come back this morning and it's in. Not just in mocked up, it is in with all the brackets. It is ready to go. Last night he stayed late, or yesterday rather, he stayed late and just kind of did this all by himself. I have no clue how he did it, but it's in there. Looks good. So for today, it's actually slightly different change of plans than what I was expecting. We are going to move on to hoses, pipes, accessories, intercooler pipe mock-up, pretty much everything that's the fun part and not the hard part, because he already got it done. As you can see here, here's the turbo with the manifold and everything mocked up on it. Obviously we can't keep it on there until we get the feed line and the drain line ready to go. But the main thing is, this engine is in, guys. It is freaking in. How does it make you feel that this is built and not bought? Literally by yourself.
What can I say, man? This hard work pays off, and I'm gonna enjoy it.
So with that, big update to the channel, big update to this playlist. We'll videotape as much as we possibly can and just kind of go from there. So to start off today, we're actually going to kind of get a mock-up on the intercooler pipes. Of course, the intercooler is not on there yet, but we kind of want to just get the piping laid out just to make sure we do have the right amount of pipes and the right angle of pipes. We're actually going to have to clock the turbo just a bit to make sure we're having that output line in the correct direction. So we'll do that real quick and we'll keep moving along. We're going to actually turn the turbo around, put the compressor housing over on my left side and the exhaust housing over on the right side, because we think that may be the way they have this intercooler piping set up. We're not too sure, but that's what we're doing today, is testing it out, getting stuff ready. So guys, another little small speed bump we have here. We went ahead and switched it back. As you saw in the time lapse, we tested it the other way and the compressor was hitting the transmission, or the little bulge out in the engine, and that didn't work. So we put it back to how we had it. Then we decided to put in the radiator just to see how it fit. And as you can tell, there's not much room in here for the downpipe. So we're gonna have to get another manifold, or I should say, he's gonna have to get another manifold. He's looking for something called a ram horn, something that kind of bows up. I'll put a little picture of one that looks similar, and that should actually help us move the turbo on an orientation that'll give us the clearance to avoid the radiator, of course the engine block, transmission, everything else. So real quick, I went ahead and just torqued the engine mounting bolts to the correct specs. He hadn't tightened with the drill, but we always got to make sure you torque to the correct spec. So next up, so we don't have to worry about it, we're just going to go ahead and bleed the brakes, as you've seen me do many times in my other videos. So yeah, we're going to bleed the brakes and then we'll keep moving on to the next thing. Got that completed. All three brakes are now free of air and with good clear fluid. We also did the little clutch reservoir, which is right down here. And let me show you this brake fluid. So this one here was mainly brake fluid, a little bit of clutch fluid, but it's literally black. You cannot see through it. That's the sun right there. It is that dark. Probably hasn't been changed in almost 200,000 miles. This one here was strictly clutch fluid, or the same brake fluid but for the clutch. And this is also extremely dark. But we got all that out. Now it's nice, clean and clear. So next up, we're going to go ahead and install the axles. So I'll put you on a time lapse like always, and we'll figure out which one goes where and get them installed. And boom, just like that, guys, she is on the ground. And she is extremely low. I can't even get the camera all the way down. This is monumental. This is a big milestone. How does it make you feel?
Almost there. You're trying to calm down a little bit.
This is the first time she has been on all fours with no more intentions to lift her back up. Actually, I take that back. We gotta do a little drain pan oil bung for the turbo for the oil return. But other than that, she will not have to be up on all fours anymore. So this is a big day, big point. So now that we got that, we're getting near to the end of the video, near to the end of our day. We're going to do a little bit more stuff. We'll probably go through and make sure we have all the hoses connected. We'll get some of the top side bolts torqued to spec. There's a couple of bolts in here that we're going to get new ones just because we can. Then we'll torque those to spec. But we're getting closer and closer, guys. So let's continue. Like I said, we're almost done for the day's video, but a little bit more to go. Alright guys, we are pretty much done for today. We kind of got some more bolts along the top side torqued, so we're good to go. Made a quick trip down to Ace Hardware to get a couple bolts that we needed to get. Mocked up a couple of the hoses. We didn't put the top hose here yet because it's a custom hose and we're going to have to cut it slightly to size. But the lower radiator hose works. Of course, the little reservoir there. But it's coming together. Maybe one more weekend. Got to get a starter, he said, but we're close. What else do you think's left?
Like we say with building crazy swaps and stuff like this, you always find out things as you go sometimes. We found out today this manifold isn't going to work.
Yep.
Because it points the hot side or the exhaust of the turbo too close to the radiator. And rather than try to make it work by moving the radiator, we're just going to get a ram horn manifold so it'll fit right and look nice. I like to keep stuff in the stock location if I can, but we're almost there.
Almost there. With that, guys, I'm not going to delay this video too much longer. Thank you for watching. It's been another one of Everything Avron and Carlos. Make sure you guys stay tuned. We're so close to having this guy turned on for the first time in probably over a year, maybe 2 years. And yeah, we're so close to having a Turbo Civic on the channel to do a whole bunch of stuff with. So like always, guys, if it's your first time at your channel, hit that subscribe button below. If it's not your first time, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more. We'll see you on the next one.